Boom, boom. Check, check, check 1, 2. Why do I have to keep allowing this to use slides? So weird. Oh. Okay. Hey, leave it. Leave it, Nugget. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Shh. Shh. Leave it. Okay. Interesting. All right. Boom. All right. Check 1, 2, check. Okay. This is how we do it. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. Great, great, great. Okay. Check, check, check 1, 2. Check, check, check 1, 2. Okay. Here we go. Unlimited lives, 928. I think I can do this myself. Cool. There we go. Welcome to Unlimited Lives, everybody. I'm your host, as you know, TJ. Welcome to the show, everyone. It's a me, TJ. What fun things we have in store for us today, everyone. What fun shall we have? Fun had by all. So much in the news, so many things happening. So much, so much. Go on the iTunes page and give us a rating and a review, please. It helps. Join the Facebook group, like the page, join the group if you want. People are active on the Facebook group. It's great. Go to my TikTok at TJ Del Reno. You'll see a ton of podcast clips that I edit together. They're only like 15 to 20 seconds. They're not long. Get the videoizers with me and Brian. We're doing some real fun, weird TikTok stuff. It's great. Just follow me on all social media, but I do a lot on TikTok. Today's going to be great. I'm joined by no one, myself, the best guest. The best guest we've ever had was myself. Hello, TJ. How are you? I'm fine. Thank you for having me on your show. Well, it's our show. It is our show. You're right. Thank you for having me on our show, having us on our show. Can you imagine an hour of that? Well, let's jumpity jump, righty right, inny in. Boom. You guys know Rockstar Games. Did you know last week and a couple weeks ago that they were in the middle of a cyber attack by a hacker named Teapot Uber Hacker? That man, boom, was a hacker. GTA is still hacked, and now the London police, or the big bubbies, British bubby, have found the hacker. They caught him. I mean, allegedly they caught him. I say that just because you never know. You know what I mean? Allegedly they caught him, but who knows if he wasn't a Fall Guy? He probably plays Fall Guys. He's a gamer. He is Oxfordshire teenager. Also, I want to shout out to my boy Marty. Thank you, Marty, for adding all this fun stuff. Marty is a gentleman, a friend of mine, a friend of the show. And I just wanted to give him a shout out. He does a lot of work doing research for us, and it's great. And I get to hear all kinds of cool London stuff. Now, this was an Oxfordshire teenager arrested in connections with the GTA 6 leaks. Whoa, you got a license for that, huh? Hey, good day, mate. You're caught, hacker. This GTA hacker is caught. It is ironic someone that did illegal stuff in a game that's all about illegal activity. There is something ironic about being caught hacking a game illegally because the game is about illegal stuff. Very weird. Very funny. 17-year-old is reported to have also been involved in an Uber hack. His handle was Teapot Uber Hacker. He also hacked Uber. I think you should kind of give yourself that's a bit on the nose. That's like if you called yourself like computer hacker Walmart, and they're like, well, what'd you hack? Walmart. And you're like, oh, okay. No one saw that coming. I'm just kidding. Everyone saw it coming. There's a collaboration with the FBI and UK's cybercrime unit. They found it. So we work together. Not Civil War. Revolution be damned. We work together finding this Teapot Uber hacker. Also, your name's Teapot Uber. You hack Uber. Uber's in your name. Dumb. And then, Teapot. You gave away your location. No one in America is called Teapot something. We don't do it. If I was a hacker and my hacker name was Budweiser Computer Man, you'd be like, that's an American. You would know. Australian? Foster's laptop hacker. Guess where he's from? Guess what he hacks? Laptops. Australian. You got it. Now, he was also said to have ties with the hacking group Lapsus. With the hacking group Lapsus, with an $sign at the end. I don't know how much I really want to make fun of hackers because, it's not like I'm famous, but There are moments when I'm talking about this guy hacking something. I'm like, oh, don't drain what's left of my bank account, which is very much nothing. Please don't cancel my don't ruin my podcast. I'm doing that on my own right now. This group of hackers is allegedly also involved with the high-profile digital intrusions at other large companies, including Uber, Microsoft, Cisco, Samsung, Nvidia, and Okta. And the group first showed up in 2021 hacking Brazil's Ministry of Health. What are you hacking at the health thing? Like COVID tests? What are you hacking? And in Brazil, no less. Was the Brazil Minister of Health? You know what? Here's what I'm going to say about hackers. And here's what I'll say like about Anonymous, let's say. Like there are cool, like Anonymous, they're hackers, but they do some pretty like wild stuff, but also pretty endearing stuff. So I wonder if I wonder if they were hacking the Ministry of Health and whoever that company is or the person behind it was a real piece of garbage. They're trying to get them. Because of the GTA 6 leak, several developers have now shared early development footage of their projects in order to avoid the same trials. Can you believe it? Naughty Dog shared some The Last of Us pre-beta footage, which is very weird. Why would they share The Last of Us pre-beta footage? Oh, interesting. How interesting. So on Twitter, if you go to Naughty Dog Central at Naughty NDC, yes, this is what The Last of Us looked like in its development stages. Every game you ever played went through this. I mean, it looks like Joel is running through a Nintendo 64 game. I mean, it's just ugly. And again, same with Grand Theft Auto. I talked about this last week. It's not the final stages. So you just, everyone chill. People that did say, like I said last week with Joe, ew, it's ugly. This game's ugly. Yeah, I mean, it's the dough of the bread. You don't look at dough and you go, oh, that looks, I want to eat that dough right now. You're like, bake that bread, get that crispy crust. Get on there. Good Lord. So Naughty Dog showed it just to have some back with, which is really cool. Let's have some backup with the old, brothers in arms, they say, with the developers. They all go through it. It is what it is. Now we know there's GTA 6. We were speculated for a while. We have some stuff that we know about now. It's amazing. It's great. So I think everyone needs to chill out. Do you know what this podcast sounded like back in the day? I could literally tell you, because if you go back a few episodes, you can listen to the first episode of Unlimited Lives at SiriusXM with Jason Signs, me, Mary Lords, and Eric Gerson. And I'm telling you, it was a great show. It really was a great show. Actually, if you told me this was the first version of Unlimited Lives that you're listening to, and the SiriusXM version was the best and recent one, I would go, yeah, that makes sense. Instead, you lovely angels are just listening to a man flounder alone. I don't make fun of the podcast because I want you guys to be like, come on, man, you can do it. Like, I'm not like crazy. It's a weird thing when you don't put the work in to make a good product, then you complain about the product not being good. The solution is make a better product. And that's where I'm at right now. Can you believe it? Teapot Uber hacker, lapsus. All right, let's see what happens. Like I said, I enjoyed seeing GTA 6 stuff. Felt bad that it was leaked. Glad it's not going to stop development. And also, no one is going to give Rockstar crap. Rockstar is the king of it's done when it's done. And we're fine with it. I'm fine if Rockstar takes 2 years to finish the game. Like, okay. Because when it comes out, it's going to be amazing. Without patches. Well, they'll probably patch stuff. But you know what I'm saying. What's up next, my little germs? Ba-boom. Let's do The Last of Us walkthrough. Now, the trailer looks pretty cool. minute 49, so I will not play audio, but I'll kind of break it down a little bit for ya. Good day. Oh, hold on. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. Uh, oh my God. Oh my, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I can't believe I did that. Oh my God. Well, thank God it was only the first 10 minutes in. Unlimited lives, 928 with correct audio. Holy mother of mercy. Hoy. In three, two, one. Welcome to Unlimited Lives, everybody. Welcome to Unlimited Lives, everybody. I'm your host, TJ. My God, I have a little secret to tell you, little angels. I basically did 10 minutes of the show and I had the wrong microphone plugged in. So I did the first 10 minutes that you could see on Twitch or YouTube that you could see if you rewatch this the first 10 minutes. Enjoy those jokes. Hopefully I could do them again. My brain doesn't work. That's the problem. Let's get into it again. You guys know Rockstar Games GTA 6 had that leak thanks to that hacker, and British authorities have caught him. He is caught. Oxfordshire teenager arrested in connection with the GTA 6 leaks. Now, I got this from our buddy, Marty, my buddy Marty. Thank you, Marty, for doing all the research and helping out with the show. He's a friend of the show, a friend of mine, and a friend to you. Marty lives over there in the pond, and I tried to see if I could ask Marty if he could sneak into the British Bobby's office and see if he could get an interview. Oxfordshire teenager arrested in connection with the GTA 6 leaks. Like I said, you got a license to that? G'day. Oh, I'm a hacker. The 17-year-old is reported to have been involved in an Uber hack as well. Now, his name was Teapot Uber Hacker. So the thing that's weird to me is if you're going to hack Uber, don't have it in your name. Okay? If I'm going to hack Walmart, I'm not going to have my name be Computer Hacker Walmart. Like, what's he going to hack? Walmart. Give it away. Also, you're English. Don't put teapot in your name. It gives away your location. That's like if an American hacker called himself Budweiser 49ers computer. Or an Australian, Foster's laptop Marshalls. I'm an Australian that hacks Marshalls on my laptop. You catch him. Change your name, kid. 17. Oof. Ooh boy. Ooh boy, you imagine being 17, arrested. He wouldn't have got caught if he watched this movie. Boom. You could learn everything from the early movie called Hackers. Their only crime was curiosity. A young Angelina Jolie, a young other actors that were huge and can't hardly wait in other movies. If you watched Hackers, you wouldn't have got hacked, Teapot Uber Hacker, and you would have learned to surf the neural net. You would have known how to surf the internet with like a glove and glasses going through the cyber highway. You didn't. You broke into Rockstar. It was a collaboration of the FBI and the UK's cybercrime unit. Finally, we are working together. Screw the Revolutionary War. We're working together now. America and England. One nation. Under Hex. One Nation Under Hex. He is said to have ties with the hacking group Lapsus with a dollar sign at the end. I don't know how much I want to make fun of hackers because you get scared. Because what if they hack this podcast? What if they hack my bank account and take my $500 away? What if they hack a GameStop server? What if they hack Fortnite? Good Lord, it's endless what these hackers can do. This group is allegedly involved in other high-profile digital intrusions at other large companies, including Uber, Microsoft, Cisco, Samsung, Nvidia, and Okta. This group showed up in 2021 hacking Brazil's Ministry of Health. Now, I don't know why you would hack the Ministry of Health, but maybe they were doing some really gross stuff. These hackers want to come in and, set them straight, like Anonymous does. The hacking group Anonymous. They'll do they'll out pedophiles and stuff and help kids. They're great. I will never trash Anonymous. Please don't hack my bank account, please. Please leave me alone. I'm nervous because they hacked Samsung. I have a Samsung TV out there hooked up the internets. What if they go in and wipe my Netflix queue? I don't want these hackers coming in wiping my Netflix queue. Good Lord, I need my Netflix queue. How am I supposed to watch Dahmer? Naughty Dog shared some of The Last of Us pre-beta footage, kind of like in Brothers in Arms. Let me tell you, it looks terrible. It looks real bad. Naughty Dog Central at Naughty NDC is the Twitter account. So Naughty NDC. Yes, this is what The Last of Us looked like in its development stages. Every game you ever played went through this. I mean, it looks like Joel's running through a Nintendo 64, like Saints Row 1 or the video game State of Emergency. It looks terrible. And this is what they do. You build the maps, you run Joel around, make sure he can move. 3 seconds, 1 million viewers. Boom. That's what I'm talking about, everyone. That's what I'm talking about. Now, speaking of The Last of Us, swing. The Last of Us HBO show. Who's excited? I kind of am. Love the Naughty Dog video game and the person behind Chernobyl. Chernobyl is doing it. And one of the video game creators. So if you have someone who did the game, you have a showrunner who made an incredible TV show, and you have someone who has built this game and was behind The Last of Us 1 and 2. I think that's a good recipe. Now it's also HBO, which is also an even better recipe because I don't feel HBO really dips their little claws in. I think HBO, I would imagine, seems relatively hands-off. Look at things like Sopranos and Oz. Cool stuff. So I'm excited for the HBO show. Now we're going to do a little trailer breakdown. I'm not going to have any audio for you because there's really not. In the trailer's a minute and 48. So I kind of don't want to have a sip, but here we go. For the Last of Us trailer, opens on the HBO logo and it has Joel walking to a dilapidated world. People are cleaning up the moth. You remember Firefly, or that 12 Monkeys kind of group that wanted to steal Ellie because she was the only person with the cure in her blood, technically. So they're cleaning up the moth area. Music's playing. Joel is played by Pedro Pascal, who's also the Mandalorian. And the girl was Mormont's niece in Game of Thrones. When you're lost in the darkness. Now, as long as there are clickers, you did have a lot of emotion with The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2. If you have not played these games, I'm telling you, play them. They're excellent games. Fun, scary, crazy. Just play them. So we see skeletons. The world looks pretty cool. Like the world is the zombie apocalypse. So I'm fine. It's an original series. Buildings are like the world looks like The Last of Us. So this is great. We don't need to see the prequel to it like Resident Evil Netflix show did, where we see 20 years ago when everything wasn't crazy, and then we see the apocalypse with giant alligators. We don't need it. I just want to watch the apocalypse. I don't really want flashbacks. I'm fine with some, Not all. Some skeleton opened their jacket to be like, "Hey, you want to buy a watch?" And then a clicker. And they show a clicker. Now that's cool. The clickers look really good. It doesn't look like they took many liberties with this show, which is great. From the creator of the award-winning miniseries Chernobyl, Craig Mazin. So it looks like they're not taking liberties, which is great. I don't want you to change The Last of Us. You have a source material. I don't need the show verbatim what the first one was. You can have liberties with storytelling, but don't take liberties like changing what the clickers look like, etc. So it does look pretty cool. We got Winter, Joel walking, Ellie, they're on a carnival. It was also fun to see those little moments when you could like ride a carnival or like there was kind of human stuff. And the acclaimed video game creator, Neil Druckmann. Now that's great. That's what we want. We want the person behind the game to do it. Now, the good thing with The Last of Us is you have clickers, but then you're going to have crazy humans that want to kill you. So it's excellent. They will have flashbacks. There's like people eating wine and stuff. Ellie's also small, so this is prior to Last of Us Part 2. They could easily have her grow up and do a season 2. Or you could do what Game of Thrones did, and just halfway through the first season, you're like, huh, I don't know, let's jump 10 years for fun. Ugh. There's a truck that says run. I mean, it's good. Listen, it's not really much of a breakdown, big explosion, people running. You should definitely go on here, watch the trailer. 5 million views, worth every view. It looks great. And it ends, and it kind of ends on one of the clickers screaming. And it seems like scary as crap. It looks like a cool, scary show. You also have the Fallout show coming out soon. The Fallout show, just make the world interesting and everything will follow suit. Get good storytellers. The world is interesting and Fallout, you're good. With The Last of Us, if you need to make a carbon copy of the first one, fine. The second one, fine. I just, when you're a gamer and you watch these shows, I don't want to just retread and rewatch. I want some different stuff. So we'll see. We'll see, won't we? So I hope you're excited for The Last of Us. I know I am. And I won't be the last of us liking the trailer. What's the most dangerous board game you'll ever play? Elden Ring. The board game. Can you imagine how scary it is? If you die in the board game, you die of boredom in real life. There are a lot of video game converted games. I'm looking at right now the post-nuclear game for Fallout. It's got dust on it. Do you know what? Puh. It's got dust on it because I never played it. Now you're wondering, why didn't I play it? Because it's too hard. It's a crazy board game. I don't know how you do Elden Ring, one of the hardest video games of all time. How do you make a board game super difficult and not fun? That's what I'd like to know. That's the trick. How do you make the board game so aggravating that you end up standing up and, breaking the board in half? If the developers of Elden Ring made Monopoly, when you passed go, you would lose $1,000 and get decapitated because an OP Cyclops was waiting on Baltic Avenue. Boom. Who is going to, it's crazy. Who's going to play Elden Ring the game? Just play the video game, which is extremely difficult. I found myself enjoying it when I was at Ian's house. Found myself enjoying the game at Ian's house and playing it. But I don't know how you make a board game super difficult and unfun. They'll pull it off, though. I know they will. They will pull it off. Now, here's the moment we've all been waiting for. The moment we've all waited for. Who's excited for Street Fighter 6. I don't think you guys can hear that, but there's children screaming in the playground that is behind our house. I don't think you guys can hear it, and I hope you can't. Who was excited for Street Fighter 6? No one. Street Fighter 5 was abysmal. I tried playing it with Jeff Cerulli, who will be on the podcast next week, and we'll retouch on that timely story. But when we tried to play 5 together, oh man, just wasn't happening. There was so much paperwork. I filled out less paperwork changing my license at the DMV than playing Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5 had about 9 menus. You had to sign up for their stupid Capcom Battle Pass or whatever. It was garbage. I just want to jump in and play Street Fighter with my friends. Now, the Street Fighter collection, that works well. You could play Street Fighter 2. You could play, I think, 4 versions of Street Fighter 2, and then 2 versions of Alpha, 2 versions of Third Strike. It's not enough. I don't know why you can't play all the games with your friends. You could play half the games alone, and you're not allowed to play the other half with your friends. Super weird. Street Fighter 6, the gameplay looks interesting. They have trailers out. There's going to be a whole, they're opening this up a little bit. So, the new trailer's been a minute. They're doing a lot of street stuff, a lot of spray paint, a lot of street stuff. It's called World Tour Opening Movie. The Meaning of Strength. The design is still terrible. The design is still bad. Self-driving cars. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What is this? It's got 98,000 views. I mean, it's terrible. And it's on the PlayStation page. If you want to know about, I mean, they're just saying words at you. Oh my God. If you guys should definitely try to watch this. I can't even explain it. None of it is coherent. None of this is, I want to be like, it's just not, I want to be strong. So they're basically images of the Street Fighters, the rosters, and like just people. Zangief is here bench pressing. It's like, can you believe it? We got self-driving cars. I don't know why you're promoting that in a Street Fighter game. Time's coming. We'll be taking rockets. The time's coming. We'll be taking rockets to Mars. What? And yet, you still got folks out there using their fists and bodies to seek strength. Okay. Oh, this. Can I? No one's gonna listen, and I don't want this to sound weird. The translation. There's a guy I know who works for Nintendo, and he translates Nintendo games, which sounds crazy. But what he did at the time was they would give him the story for the game, and then he would fix it. And he would kind of like make it a little more like like Americans can play it. Because there's a lot of stuff that doesn't translate. And there's a lot of Japanese culture that we don't have in American and vice versa. Henceforth, if you went to Japan and smashed a Budweiser can in your head and crunched it, maybe someone would look at you weird, like, why are you smashing that can in your head? But if you're in Omaha and the Giants score a touchdown and you smash a can in your head, you're a goddamn hero. The reason I say this to you is like, send this to Capcom America and go, so here's 1 minute and 13 seconds of Street Fighter, the World Tour opening movie, The Meaning of Strength, and have someone of Capcom American office watch this, be like, what kind of incoherent crap are you peddling? Here, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to start from the beginning, and maybe the subtitles will kick in, and I can read them. It's bananas. So I've been thinking about strength, man. Hold on. Let's see if we can hear. Maybe there's a voiceover that I'm missing.
Strength, might, the power to fight. Is it?
Oh. No. Oh no. Oh no. No. voiceover. Okay. All right. Here we go, kids. 1:13 for Street Fighter. Let's dig in. Here we go. I'll pause it and jump in a little bit. I'll make sure this isn't too loud. Okay. Okay.
So I've been thinking about strength, man.
Now I don't know who's talking, except maybe some random guy. There's no character. It just says the terrible logo for 6.
Strength, might, the power to
And when they're doing these things, it's like you can see like characters.
fight. Is it money, authority, a cool job, a ton of lights? Okay. Let's keep it simple.
Okay, so they're talking about what is strength?
I want to be strong. Can you believe it? We got self-driving cars. The time's coming, we'll be taking rockets to Mars. And yet you still got folks out there using their fists and bodies to seek strength.
Now, when you say it that way, it just sounds like you think Street Fighters are stupid. Because you're like, we got all this smart stuff going on, but then we still have these idiots using their bodies for strength. Now it just seems like this is a Tekken video trying to crap on Capcom. All right.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Ugh. Stomach hurts from this is so cringy. This is so cringy. It's almost over. I'm sorry.
We're all a bunch of fools. But, you know, if you want to know about strength, you just got to get to it. We fighting fools are all getting to it.
Oh, we fighting fools are all getting to it? This is terrible. This is so bad. Watch the video when you get a chance. The video is incoherent and stupid, but it's even worse with the voiceover because now you have this, whoever this poor actor is that did the role, and either some casting director or producer, probably some producer in the room was like, however he read it, they were like, give him more street. And it's like, ugh. All right.
On the streets.
Oh, God. That was bad. Oh, my back hurts from hearing that. Like, that's bad. Hoi. Hoi. All right, let's dig into the roster. But you really want to treat yourself to some cringe. Watch that video. That is le terrible. That is bad. Man, I'm sorry, guys. These kids, I mean, maybe you probably can't hear that these kids they're screaming at the top of their lungs outside. It's madness. So I apologize if I get distracted like I just did. Here we go. Let's do the roster. Here we go. Boom. So we have Ryu, who looks like he hasn't aged in forever. Then we have Ken, also known as Sad Dad Ken. Zangief Dalsim has been hitting the roids hard. He looks mad strong. E Honda, Blanca, Guile. Also, for that matter with Zangief, with all the sanctions on Russia, will Zangief even get an invite to the tournament? Whose side is he on? Ukraine or Russia? We should ask Zangief and see what he says. See who his side is. Big focus. Oh, here we go. Guile, Chun-Li, Cammy. Also, just to let you guys know, Cammy's wearing pants now. So it looks like they're no one looks really horned up. It looks like the developers took a break from being horned up when they made this game. Chun-Li has pants. Cammy has pants. Of course, there's going to be some gross incel gamers who be like, "Oh, where's all the girls? Where's the hot girls and their hot legs? Oh, why is Cammy wearing pants? I want to see her beautiful milky thighs." Oh. DJ's back. Rashid, Jury, Ed. The Street Fighter roster: Ed, Kevin, Steve, Bobby, Akuma, Luke, Marissa, Jamie, Mimi, Lily, JP, Kimberly, and AKI. A.K.I. AKI. So it's a big focus on customizable characters. Maybe there'll be fighting styles imported from older characters, not on the roster. So we'll see. Because I've never heard of Marissa or Kimberly or JP. So maybe JP will fight like Goshen. I think that was his name. Goshen. Ryu's master. Maybe someone will fight like M. Bison. They're going to release other characters too. I mean, this isn't the end. They're going to have. Bet you money Vega comes back. Balrog. M. Bison. Now let's see that there's another trailer. So let's see this other trailer. Oh, this is 3 minutes and 51. I can't do this. So it looks Hagar Stadium. Interesting. Well, that's interesting. It's a neat little throwback with Final Fight and stuff. I wonder if Hagar will be a side character. So I know you can walk around the world and kind of do like missions out in the world besides fighting. So I guess that adds an element. So then the game isn't just a straight up fighting game. When you look at Mortal Kombat 11, they have the crypt. You can walk around and kind of do stuff. So I guess this will be Street Fighter's rip off of the crypt, essentially. But you do missions and do battles. I wouldn't mind walking around fighting some red shirts and jobbers that just have mixed up, different mixed up moves, or they fight like Dalsim or whatever. I did see Hagar Stadium. Thank you, Marty. Hagar Stadium's cool. The full roster I have here is everyone I said. I don't think I'm missing anyone. So we'll see, but I don't know. Are you excited for Street Fighter 6? I'm telling you, 4 I really liked. Third Strike I love. Street Fighter 2 is classic. I'm not a big fan of Street Fighter 2 now, like going back to play it. I'm like, I'll play it, but I'm like, I really love Third Strike. I like Third Strike. I like Alpha. Street Fighter 4 I really like too. So I don't know. Street Fighter 6, it looks interesting. They're gonna it'd be fun to do the characters, but 5 was such a stinker. And I think if you're gonna make this game, man, just don't make it 40 pages of acknowledgements and things I have to be like, yes, checkbox, fill this out, sign this up. It's just too much, man. You lose it. I delete. I didn't even play the game. After 20 pages of like scrolling down, accepting terms, and then I had to make a battle pass. I was done. I have too many battle passes. Just make a Capcom battle pass. Make a Capcom thing like Ubisoft does. You sign into it's Uplay is what it was, but you sign into Ubisoft, and then you download the app. And every Ubisoft game, you get stuff. Just do that with Capcom. Do it with Capcom. And then when you make, if you'll ever make a Marvel versus Capcom 4 or 5 or whatever, then we can just jump in. Or I could sign up for my Capcom account and do it. But man, when they made that wacky battle pass, wacky, that's no good. That's really no good. Who is excited? So Ubisoft, I didn't hack this, by the way. This came out. Ubisoft reveals that Splinter Cell Remake will be, quote, updated and rewritten to appeal to Gen Z. More like Soy Cell. Got him. I don't imagine many fragile Zoomers are going to enjoy Tom Clancy's macho military novels. This may also be a no good. Tom Clancy Splinter Cell. I was never a huge Splinter Cell guy. I think they were neat games, but I didn't love them. Thought they were fun. They were more like a high-tech hitman. And I was like, all right. Ubisoft has been seeking to hire script writers from the job, and this is from the job posting. Quote, using the first Splinter Cell game as our foundation, we are rewriting and updating the story for a modern-day audience. We want to keep the spirit and themes of the original game while exploring our characters and the world to make them more authentic and believable. Interesting. And this is from the producer, Matt West. Quote, What we're trying to do is make sure the spirit of the early games remains intact in all of the ways that gave early Splinter Cell its identity. There's also an announcement trailer. Let me know in the Facebook group if you love Splinter Cell. My God, it's a whole interview with the guy. This is bananas. Yeah, Splinter Cell was neat. If you don't know, it kind of worked like that. It was like a high tech. You were like a high tech spy that had to go in and like assassinate people and like break in and steal stuff. They were cool games. The gadgets were the neatest part. Was like you could see on the cover of Splinter Cells the 3-eyed night vision goggle, so you could like kill the lights and go kill guys around there doing stealth missions. But there's an audience for it. There's an audience for it, but I don't know who it'll be. I don't think any young kids into Splinter Cell. Maybe the Call of Duty crowd will come in, but Tom Clancy's, even my generation has a hard time. Tom Clancy was my generation and my, parents. It's weird. It's like your parents' generation, my parents' generation would read the Tom Clancy books, and then we would play the Tom Clancy games. The circle of life, everyone. Soy cell. That's good. I don't think Zoomers are really into military. I could be wrong. Let me know on the TikTok, Zoomers. Zoomers aren't watching my posts. They're not. Just gamers. Just good old-fashioned gamers. Good old friends of gamers. What's blue, fast, and is an open world? Sonic Frontiers. New Sonic Frontier trailer proves that there are no new ideas anymore. The plot revolves around Sonic searching for Chaos Emeralds. Oh my goodness. What a surprise. Weird. They've never done that before. What a good story. Sonic the Hedgehog had a cartoon show where he was like a spy. He was sort of like Robotnik was the Empire and Sonic and his friends were the rebellion. And it was a pretty weird, dark, cool cartoon. That's the plot. They search for Chaos Emeralds. Like, you'd nothing better to do than just be like, hey, what are we going to have Sonic do in this open world? Collect crap? Okay. What kind of crap is he going to collect? I don't know. Chaos Emerald? But here, we've done that. What else are we going to do? I don't know. Kills Robotnik? Yeah, he'll do that anyway. Oh, okay. The Starfall Islands boast an open world with free roaming platform sections and enemy hordes. It will be made available for PC, PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X/S. The trailer I watched, I'm not a big Sonic guy. I liked it as a kid. I hate it as an adult. I tried replaying the Sonic games. Cousin Ian, had such a valid, amazing point. But I tried playing the game again, and I hated it. And I played with my friend Mike, and my friend Mike is a huge nostalgia guy. Loves Metroid 1, Legend of Zelda, old school Sega games. And we tried playing it again. My goodness, what an annoying game. Ian said the game punishes you for going fast, which is very true. There's so many enemies, there's so many spikes. Every time you try to gain momentum, you can't. Now, you can gain momentum if you study the boards and you know how to speed run it. Sure. I'm not a speedrunner. I'm just a middle of the road, stupid gamer who just wants to play Sonic. And I play it and you can't go fast. Every time you try to go fast, you're hit with spikes, water, weird jumps, springboards. And you go fast for like 10 seconds a clip through a level. Like, oh, cool, I'm going fast. I'm done. Boo. So it's going to be an open world. The combat looked pretty neat. There's a skill tree. You could have parries, combos, etc. It's an open world. There's an ability called the Psy Loop. So what you do is you run fast around an enemy and you leave a trace as they take damage. So you do like these, like basically if you run around the enemy, you could see the trail you leave and you do a couple of circles and then they get damaged around there. That's a pretty cool mechanic. I'm down with that for Sonic. I can dig that. I just don't know how much. I don't know how fun an open world is unless you make the map and the levels real fun. There's a game, if you've not played it. Darksiders, to me, did an excellent job of being a very fun open world game where you just went around and when you found like new stuff, it was awesome. But if you just make it like that, where it's just an open world game that's very fun, a la Darkstalkers, we're gonna get it. So it looks fine. It doesn't look amazing. I'm not too sold on it. Not too sold on it, but I'm not against it. So when it comes out, who knows? Who knows, but we'll see. We will see. Hyena. Hyenas. Sega's Hyenas. One of the worst titles for whatever this game is ever. Creative Assembly revealed the details of their next big title for Sega, Hyenas. The alpha is open to Britain and European players in North America as well in September for PC and Steam only. Creative Assembly, they're known for their Total War series and survival horror masterpiece Alien Isolation. Now, this game is Hyenas, which is set in the far-flung future long after planet Earth has been destroyed, now known as, quote, the Taint. No way. There's no way that they call it the Taint. That would be bananas. You could sign up for the alpha now if you want. Hyena, but I want it for console. You ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it because it is not. It was announced back in June. It's a fresh. Sure, I love this. It's my favorite thing. Hyenas was announced back in June, where Creative Assembly shared its vision for a fresh take on the first-person shooter genre. Interesting. Are you? You and everyone else. In the game, five teams of 3 compete to successfully nab and extract valuable treasures. In addition to shooting, there will also be an environmental aspect, with users able to hack into security networks and hire goons to assist. Oh, there's really no story. I don't know if it's going to sound stupid, but I don't know if Marty was making a joke or it's called The Taint. Has major Anarchy Reigns and Space Channel 5 vibes. It looks cool. It's a team-based online first-person shooter, and you plunder pop culture loot from the remnants of Earth. The trailer looks pretty fun. If it comes to console and it's free, great. I'll tell you the game. I mean, I know games shouldn't be free, but I'm going to tell you what game. Do you remember the game Brink? Does anyone remember Brink? It was available, I think, on PlayStation Plus, which I couldn't believe it. I was like, why is Brink available for free? And why is this game even still around? Brink was a shooter game that came out, and I thought it was going to be awesome, and it was a stinkeroo. But then you paid for it, and no one played within 2 weeks. That's the problem with these. You do these online only games, man, and it's just there's longevity. Apex Legends, there's longevity. Fortnite, there's longevity. Fallout 76 has been doing good longevity, but it's only because they're releasing DLC, making the game like sort of a Fallout 4.5. So then that makes me think with Bethesda, it's like, just don't make an online game. It's not good. I don't know. Fallout 76. I have so many weird things about Fallout 76. It's not a strong shooter game, and then you're trying to make it a team-based shooter. It's like, okay. Destiny 1 and 2, excellent games to play. You could play on your own, do all the homework you need to do in Destiny 2. Then you get your friends together, get some raid gear. I mean, Destiny 2, you still need friends, but you could play the game alone. I played alone a bunch. Borderlands, you could play alone. It's not as fun, but you do it. But games like Hyenas, I don't know, man. I like that you could plunder pop culture stuff. That's pretty cool. You're like, I just stole a Game Boy. I just stole a Double Dragon Tiger Electronics from this vault. And everyone's like, woo, send out the goons and hack this wall. We'll see. I don't know when it's coming to console, so maybe a long time since us PlayStation 5 Elite people can play it. But you PC and Steam people can. And if my computer wasn't poops, I'd be able to download on Steam here. But I don't think I can. I think if I download a MacBook, man, that's a game killer. When someone's like, "Oh, it's on Steam," I'm like, I have a MacBook Pro, and they're like, "Oh, like a high end one?" No, 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 no. It's fine. It's not high end. It's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. I don't know. Hyenas, terrible name. Don't know why they called that. Should be called something cooler and something more retro instead of just hyenas. Bad name, man. Apex Legends makes sense. Fortnite made sense because you built forts. But hyenas? There's no animals, no humans. I don't know. We'll see, guys. I'm glad Sega's still making games, so that's fine. We'll see. Resident Evil Village gets some DLC, everybody. The DLC will see Rose, Ethan's now adult daughter, returning to Lady Dimitrescu. Oh no. Dimitrescu's mansion will be overrun by mold men as Rose struggles to understand and come to terms with the fact that she's a mold man too. Uh-oh. Mold men taking over her house. Sounds like I fight that battle every day. It's a DLC where we have to clean the dirty dishes. Or Lady Dimitrescu will slash you with her razor fingers. There's also a Resident Evil 4 remake reported in development for PS4. Now, let me ask you a question. Marty wants to know, and so do I. What was your favorite Lady Dimitrescu mod? I like the butt swatter melee weapon in the nylon bodysuit. Lady Dimitrescu, sexy. Sexy. Trailer. I mean, it seems like it looks like Resident Evil 4. I think this goes back to over the shoulder. I think Village. I think Village might have been a first person. I don't think so. I could be wrong. Oh, Resident Evil Village was a first person shooter, but it probably isn't. I would imagine it's not. The third trailer for Resident Evil Village. Oh, hello. Yeah, it's a first. Yeah, okay. That's a trailer. Let me see gameplay, for goodness sakes. I'm so sorry, everyone. Yeah, I think it was a first person. Yeah, I think it was first person. Enter your birth date to check it out. Good Lord. I don't want to do that. I don't want to. So it looks like it's going to be over the like esoteric, which is good. Trailer looks pretty cool. I don't know how I feel about Resident Evil games anymore. Oh, and you could switch to first person. Man, I don't know. I just do what Marty says, everybody. Dimitrescu's mansion. Oh, scary. A mansion, scary. Yeah, I just kind of fell off the wagon with Resident Evil games. You know? Kind of fell off the wagon. They're fine. Resident Evil 4 was really good. Was it 3? I don't remember. The one with the Spanish zombie people was it. Oh, hello, the Good Guys Club. I know. Tell me about it. The other viewer might be me. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. The show's almost over. Just Good Guys Club. Hello. Please just download the episode on iTunes when it comes out at midnight tonight. Or rewatch this on wherever you get your on Twitch, or just rewatch the whole thing. If you want, buddy. Whatever you need. Just be a good guy. I appreciate it. Uh-oh. What game is this? What game is the Department of Defense? The Department of Homeland Security? No. This isn't a Department of Homeland Security video game. This is not. The Department of Homeland Security is looking into radicalization in gaming. This is my source I got. It's IGN. Now, the problem with that is Homeland Security better look into Totally Rad, which is the NES game that is considered a prime suspect. Look out, Homeland Security. You better get these two tweens because they're going to radicalize because it's rad. Totally rad. Dude. A $700,000 grant that can buy a lot of V-Bucks, everybody. You imagine with the $700,000, you could trade in so many games at GameStop and get so many GameStop points. That's like 500 PS5s. It's a lot of money this grant is. Now, this is on the website on IGN. I found this. Over the past, this is someone quoted saying this. I couldn't find out who said it. I would imagine it's Homeland Security. Quote, over the past decade, video games have increasingly become focal points of social activity and identify creation for adolescents and young adults. Relationships made and fostered within game ecosystems routinely cross over into the real world and are impactful parts of local communities. I've played this Homeland Security. Are you enjoying all the Call of Duty recruiting from Call of Duty games? Homeland Security having a concern. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just funny how like it builds relationships. I mean, it's a problem if it's this much money. The thing is, as a gamer and as a social person, it's just it was very rare that I've ever played games with someone and then met them in real life to like hang out. I've done the opposite. Had friends. Had friends that would, we'd meet up. The grant announcement on the DHS website said correspondingly, extremists have used video games and targeted video game communities for activities ranging from propaganda creation to terrorist mobilization and training. Wonder what game everyone played on January 6th when the insurrection happened. They were all on Black Ops 2. A bunch of Blops people got together and said, hey, let's storm the Capitol. Because I was playing Black Ops 2. This is now see, I was all goofy when I read, and then when I get towards this last two parts, I'm like, oh, gulp. I'm like, uh-oh. It's all fun and games until some white nationalist tries to recruit you. White nationalists have unfortunately found a footing in this space, as there have been groups on Steam who are openly espousing neo-Nazi beliefs and worshiping school shooters in the past. What? Steam has attempted to remove these groups, but the people behind this grant want to go further. Now, Steam is getting rid of these groups. I don't know how they're getting rid of these groups, but they're doing it. I would imagine maybe keywords and stuff. So now it seems like these white nationalists would have to do jail codes to get away with anything crazy. Also, it's frightening that there's still white nationalists in 2022. Crazy. Oh, I wonder what games it is on Steam, like where you get it. Has to be Call of Duty. Maybe it's not. I know I'm trashing Call of Duty, but I'm playing the beta, so I don't know how much I should really keep trashing Call of Duty. I don't know how much. This effort comes in time following the racially motivated mass shooting in Buffalo, New York that was broadcasted on Twitch and saw 10 people killed and 3 more injured. That I heard about, and that is crazy. I mean, I guess you can't have your kids play like, games together, I guess. I don't know. It's just interesting that the Homeland Security is like getting into gaming and trying to like find that space. Like they're like, we got to stop these violent video games. And someone's like, well, then just get rid of all the war propaganda games like Call of Duty and Battlefield. And then the army comes in and goes, hey, shut up. Everyone relax. Call of Duty's fine. That game's fine. No one's mobilizing on Call of Duty. Everyone relax. That game's fine. the Army freaking out when Homeland Security started to be like, I think Call of Duty might be a problem. And they're like, shush. You know how many recruits we get because they think Modern Warfare is cool as crap? You know how many recruits think we actually use drones for fun with cameras? There's like 2 people that use drones in this whole facility. And no one gets to play with the drones. It's Frank and Philip. Those 2 guys are the drone guys. That's it. These 2 guys are the drone guys. What a disappointment if you're like some 17-year-old kid. You don't know what to do with your life. You love Call of Duty. You're really good at it. And then you kind of get recruited into the Army. And then you think it's going to be like attachments on your guns and like all this craziness. And then you go and they put you in a desk doing like IT. You're really good at shooting, but then they're like, yeah, but you suck at shooting in real life. You're going to go to IT, you idiot. Some poor kid thinks he's going to be a soldier of fortune. And instead he's going up to some secretary going like, I'm sorry, did you turn it off and on again? If you try that, the computer might work. Holy mother of mercy. That's rad. Look at that kid. Look at that totally rad kid. Oh, hello. Hello, Hideo Kojima. How are you? Death Stranding inspired cryptobiosis plushies are going to be available at the Tokyo Game Show. Look at Hideo just cutely touching those little cryptobiosis. They look like floating embryos. Disgusting. I never played Death Stranding. Let me know in the Facebook group or this TikTok video if you like Death Stranding and if you think I'll like it. I heard it's a very slow, weird game. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe I won't. But those plushies are cute. And look at Hideo just sitting there. Look at him. Look at him laying there at the Tokyo Game Show. Actually, that's probably the offices of wherever it is. Tokyo Game Show. What a cool place. Can you imagine? Well, they're available, and we'll see how much they are. We'll see. We'll see. What a fun show had by all. You can follow me at TJ Del Reno all across social media. You can follow me on TikTok. And you can follow the Videoizers. Me and Brian are doing Nintendo Power. We usually do it after on Tuesday nights. This week with Takeoff, Brian is crushing it as a comedian. And me and Brian have been playing a lot of Fortnite. So if you play Fortnite, hit me up in the Facebook group and just say, hey, man, I play Fortnite too, and let's play together. Pretty cool. Follow us on Twitch, Instagram. Follow us on Twitter at TJ Del Reno and Unlimited Lives everywhere. Go on the iTunes page. Put a review, put 5 stars. If you don't want to give me 5 stars, leave us alone. No, I'm trying. You guys are the best. I'll see you next week. Happy hunting for crypto babies. See ya. Oh my God. I want to join the army, sir.
Do you want to join the army, kid? What do you play, Call of Duty?
Yes, sir. I play Black Ops and Battlefield.
I'll tell you what, kid. War is a sick bitch, and you ain't gonna want to play it. So if I were you, hit the streets.
But sir, look at my battle score. Also, I need to figure out how do I get a battle pass at this barracks?
A battle pass? That'll be 50 V-bucks. Get in there, soldier.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you later.